Have you ever wondered why there's such a big divide between African Americans and Latinos in the US? Let's talk about it. First, it's important to realize that this division is often pushed by the elite to keep us separated. When communities are divided, it is so much easier for those in power to stay in control. Surprise, surprise. In reality, African Americans and Latinos share so many common struggles. Both communities have faced systemic oppression and have had to fight for their civil rights and equality in this country. And instead of fighting against the people who have oppressed us, we fight amongst each other exactly like they want us to. Now, of course, it is important to acknowledge that there are prejudices on both sides. But focusing on these divisions only hurts our cause. When we come together, we have a stronger voice to stand up against oppression. I really just made this video because I'm so tired of hearing this discourse amongst African Americans that, what's going on with ICE isn't our fight. I just don't understand how anybody could say that when we know that if they go after one group, it's not going to be long until they go after another. We've seen that time and time again.
Black people, this y'all fight too. We need to stand together and stand up. Y'all used to be illegal. Y'all should understand. We in the same boat. No, we ain't finna do that. No, we ain't finna do that. First and foremost, I will politely and respectfully decline. I may not be speaking on behalf of all black people. I will speak on my family. Respectfully, we decline. That ain't got nothing to do with us. That ain't my fight. That ain't my battle. Secondly, to bring up that at one point we used to be illegal, and that's why we should understand that y'all in the same boat. Huh? One side is by choice. The other side is as far away as possible from the word choice. So I ain't even finna let y'all get that off. That's crazy. And this is not to downplay what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, y'all got this going on. We had that going on. I'm not trying to say one trumps the other, but you feel what I'm saying? It's different. Then every time you talk to somebody about why black people need to join in and all that, the first thing they do is bring up ancestors and history lessons on us, on black people. I'm like, bro, what? Ancestors? We're talking about something that happened hundreds of years ago where a whole bunch of stuff already went down to make them legal. And now we're talking about 4 to 5 generations down from now, and here I am. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Everything has already happened for me to be a legal citizen. Like, what are we talking about? Again, I'm not trying to downplay the situation, none of that. You know what I mean? Whatever y'all want from America, whatever y'all trying to fight for, all that, you know what I mean? All I can say is good luck to you. But to say that, like, I'm obligated to come and help, or I should join in and help, I got to respectfully disagree on that one. And also, I'm going to just be honest. I'm just keeping it a buck. Y'all may not want to hear this. But if y'all felt or feel like there was a target on y'all back before all this, it only got bigger. I'm just saying. And I ain't talking about from me, people, citizens. No. I'm talking about the government, Trump, all that. It only got bigger because y'all tearing up Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't talking about some random city. Y'all tearing up Los Angeles where all that's there. And that could have been y'all intention. I feel that. I'm just saying. Just be safe.
I think Black Americans have constantly said that the time of coming together was on the 5th of November, 2024. How come these guys do not get tired of still calling them to come together? You guys, coming together is a great thing, right? It's very great when communities decide to join forces with one another to make things happen, especially when they have a common goal of making things better in their communities. That's amazing, okay? But you guys, the time to have done this was just last year, but a lot of you actually decided to make your own way instead of seeking to understand other communities and see how to work together. You guys never considered working together, but all of a sudden, you guys are now calling them to work together. Does that even make sense? Well, guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I'm just going to let today's videos roll. Then I'll come back with my commentary. But first, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not already. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more and more people can see it. Credit to all creators on this video. So let's go watch, then I'll come back with my commentary.
I'm doing a Dear Black People series from a Latino because there's a lot of quiet stuff that needs to be said out loud about Latinos concerning blackness. So I'm gonna break this up into different little parts, just to keep it short. But the most important thing that I need black people to understand is that the level of retardation that Latinos have going on in their own community definitely outmatches yours in the way that, yes, Latino culture is racist by nature. And so it's not just a racism thing against you, it's a racism against ourselves, and we do ourselves worse than we do y'all. It's like this. I want you to imagine that in your community, light skins actually made an actual effort to keep dark skins down on purpose.
I am very appalled that I have not seen any African American descent. I've seen a few, but not a lot, out protesting of what's right, what's wrong. It's just weird to me that they are staying away from all this that is going on. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what's going on, but I just hope that you guys do realize when it was Black Lives Matters that a lot of Hispanic and even Caucasian people stood up with you guys to represent that we all belong here, that we all need to be respected, because everyone is a human. And I just weird to me how protest only seeing like Caucasian people and Hispanic people, and just think that it's weird. Not sure why. But I really hope, America is always about government, it's always about hating a race. Like when they used to hate the Indians, when they used to hate all Chinese people because of coronavirus. Now it's the immigrants. Then when they used to hate Black Americans, black African Americans. Um, but it never ends. It's gonna come a day again where the government's gonna say something about maybe African American people, and you guys will be attacked again because it happens all the time. Probably, like every time like something happens, it's always a race being attacked. So what I'm trying to say is that we will stand behind the people that stand with us. But if you're right now looking at everything that's going on and not saying nothing, not speaking out, comparing yourself or saying that it's not the same, we will stand behind the people that stand with us. That's what I'm trying to say. But other than that, I don't think it's right. I guess you guys, well, some of you guys, yes, are with us. But when at the end of the day, we are all humans and we all do need respect. And let's stop the hate.
You know, I've been seeing this discourse between the Black community and the Latino community, and there's something that really sticks out to me. I keep hearing this argument that once they come for us, once they're finished coming for us, they will come for you. Once they're finished coming for the brown people, they will come for the Black people. And the reason why I think Black America seems to be continuing to push back on this particular argument is because they are making a point that is honestly getting lost in this entire conversation. What Black Americans have been saying more so than we did our protesting in November when we voted at the polls is that this problem, this issue, this plague of racism and discrimination, this fight for civil rights that has been going in this country has not finished. It did not end back in the 60s, in the 70s, when we made so much progress for not just our community, but all communities that were trying to come into this country and establish a life for themselves. In fact, I believe the Black community has continued to say over and over again that this fight is something we should all be paying attention to. But the more that we made that point throughout the years, the more we were ignored. The more people told us that we were the ones fear-mongering, that we were the ones who could not let go of the racial injustice, the racial tensions, and all of the issues that we saw very clearly were still plaguing this country. And that absolutely included a divide between the Latino community and the Black community for a very, very long time. You see, despite the fact that we have lived in communities that have been right next to each other, right on top of each other, we blend our cultures in so many different ways, there's definitely been a tension between Black Americans and Latino Americans. For whatever reason, that tension is there, and I can't point to one specific thing. But it's real. And because of that tension, there's a distrust. Because of that distrust, it leads us to situations where, coming up to this past election, when Black Americans were telling not just Latino, they were telling everybody that Donald Trump was not somebody you should be voting for, nobody wanted to listen. In fact, the data shows The poll numbers show that every other community in this country was heavily divided besides the black community that voted 92% of women for Kamala Harris and 80% of men for Kamala Harris. I think what black Americans have been trying to say in this whole back and forth is that we did not have to get here. We could have done something back in November to stop all of this from coming to fruition. But at that time, nobody wanted to take our word for it. So I think that's why it's very hard to get us to be sympathetic and motivated to step out right now.
Now, Latinos are looking for Black people to join them, standing with them and all of that. When it was their turn, they didn't, right? On the 5th of November was the time they told you guys that this is when we're standing with you all. This is when we want to stand for every, minority and all that. But most of you all didn't come out. Some of you who are making these videos on social media actually didn't come out. And that is why, Black Americans are not coming out this time. I wonder why she's actually speaking the way she's speaking, as if she doesn't understand why these guys said they're not coming out to protest for any reason. I'm just here wondering why she felt that way. Like, your community members came out en masse to vote for somebody who promised mass deportation. What exactly were they expecting? That he was going to deport white people? No, he was going to deport people who are immigrants, and this is exactly what you guys are finding out. That's why these guys are, sitting these ones out and saying they are not coming out on the street to protest alongside anyone. Just look at the chart, right? The election chart. Your community, the Latin community, the Latinos, they voted massively for this current administration, and that's why these guys are like, we didn't vote for you guys to be deported. You guys voted for you guys to be deported. So I wonder why some of you all are not calling on Black people to come out and protest alongside you when they didn't make this possible. They are not the reason why you all are being deported. Some of you are still just finding out that they are not immigrants. Maybe probably you guys felt that they were immigrants, so if anything happened, maybe they will be the ones deported, not knowing that your community will be facing it massively. The massive deportation will be in your community and not their community. And now you guys are just, freaking out and still calling them out, and how you guys will not be supporting them if they refuse to support you. But guys, they have always fought their fights themselves, and that's what they're trying to let you know, that no matter what, they're not coming out. It doesn't matter how you try to gaslight them, not understanding what is happening and why they decide to sit this one out. You remember earlier this year, one of the things they said, Project 2025 for Black people is to rest. I guess this is their resting era, and they have decided to rest, go on vacation, pamper themselves, and not fight for any reason. So even when they try to gaslight them, when they try to bait them, when they try to do anything, you see how calm they are. That's exactly what the spirit of 2025 came with. They are sitting these ones out. I wish you guys can channel the energy you use to call these people out, to call other communities, because really Black Americans are not the only, people of color. They're not the only POC in your country. Maybe you should just think about calling out other communities who are actually not on the street, like the Asian community. They are actually sitting this one out as well. A lot of them have come out to make videos and say they are not going to come out on the street, that is not their lifestyle, right? That they are smarter than that. Most of them say that they have legal status in the country, so they might not be coming out. They will not be coming out. So how come you guys are not calling those people out? Instead, you're calling out the Black people. And they have constantly reminded you that we're still not coming out, right? Aside that, you guys are not calling out your celebrities, the people who actually called you guys, campaigned, and also, told you guys that the best person to vote for was this person who promised you guys mass deportation. So how come you guys are not calling them out? You keep calling on Black people to come help you. It seems something is happening, okay? A few days ago, was you guys saying that you have Black fatigue, and all of a sudden you are calling Haitians Black. You're calling Haitian Latinos, okay? Because you want them to be on the forefront and telling them that they have to come out. Is there something that we are missing here that you guys are not telling us? Because you wanted these people, you have not always involved these people in any of your discourse. Whenever you have issues, issues, you call them as a community member. But when you have everything going on well, you don't remember that Haitians are Latinos. So how come you're not calling them, okay, to reminding them that they are also Latinos? You guys, I think at this point, everyone just have to reassess themselves, sit down and understand what they did and see how far they can help their community based on the votes that you guys already casted. Re-strategize, find out how you can move on for the year. But for these guys, they said they are sitting this one out. Okay, I think you guys should just take a note from that. Well, guys, I would love to hear your thoughts. Let's have that conversation in the comment section. What do you think about these Latinos who are constantly calling on Black people for help, okay, to come out and protest alongside them? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. So guys, I look forward to seeing you all on my next video. Thank you so much guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.